Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, once again, this is going to be a quick hit, Lord willing, to be edifying. This Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? God, how can a man understand his own way? You can't. All right. How can you understand your own way when you have no sense of direction to begin with? All right. Because if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going. All right. But the Lord, He knows, okay, because He created you. All right. He knows also where you're headed because He is the one that's guiding you. All right. This is matter of fact, let's get that in Proverbs. Chapter 16, verse 9. But I started at 1. It says, the preparations of the heart and man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All right. And the Hebrew word for heart is lahab, meaning your mind. So whatever you're preparing yourself to do in your heart, okay, is really of the Lord, man, because man's goings is of the Lord. Whatever you thought you was gonna do, it's not gonna go as planned. All right, because man's goings is of the Lord. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directed his steps. All right, so whatever you thinking in your mind, what you got planned, where you're gonna go, what you're gonna do, it might not go as planned. All right. You may think you're gonna go to work, have a normal day at work, and you fuck around and get fired. You might think you're gonna go hit a lick. You got it all mapped out and planned out in your mind how you're gonna get away with it, and now you're sitting in jail. You see? Because man's goings is of the Lord. All right, this is Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 23. O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. Okay? Because it's of the Lord, man. All right? Ain't nothing that we think that we're gonna do is going to actually play out, because just like Jonas, he didn't want to go to Nineveh. All right? He didn't think that he was going to be sitting in the belly of a fish for 3 days or 3 nights. Hey, the Lord did that. The Lord made that happen. Why? It's because man's goings are of the Lord. Okay? The Lord is basically preparing what you're going to do, okay, before you even do it. All right? That's why it says that in the book of Job, 33rd chapter, in the 15th verse, man. Okay? What you think that you're going to do might not go as planned, because, hey, man, the Lord is in control, man. All right? The Lord is the, he's the one that's controlling your life, man, your steps. All right? You might think that you are, uh, you know, going to go to the mall and go shopping and grab a couple of pair of shoes or whatever, but then your card is not working. Your bank account is froze. All right. So if you had free will, hey, why you can't you know go in there and just get what you want when you want it? Why do you have to be subject to the instructions of the banks, or of how currency is you know ran here in America? All right, being taxed on a dollar. Nobody wants to be taxed. You don't have free will. All right, you're being you're being forced to live in a certain condition that you don't want to live in. You know why? Because you don't have free will. You see. All right. And then that goes for us as a nation of people, man. We are definitely not living in the conditions that we would like to live in. But why is because the Lord did that. He put us into captivity. Okay. He directed our steps to where we're going to be in hardcore bondage, slavery. All right. The Lord did that going into Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and the 68th verse. All right. So it's the Lord that's directing our steps, man. You see, you know, you don't you don't know if you're gonna wake up the next morning, man. Why is that? Because hey, the Lord said this, man, in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Since I quoted it, so we're in the same chapter, Deuteronomy 28, and what is that? 40. Where is it? 42. Salakia. It says, I started at 41. It says, "Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity." You see? It says, I'll jump down to verse 43. It says, "And the stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low." You see? And that's where we at, man. We at the bottom, in slavery, in captivity. Okay? All right? At the bottom. And who's above? The stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. So who's over us right now, man? The so-called white man Esau Edom, man. Okay, he's the only one that owns banks, and his face is on a dollar bill, All right, and things like that, man. So that furthermore lets you know that, hey, man, we don't have no free will, and we don't have no control over our life, man. All right? The Lord has put the base man over us. And that should just let you know just that, man. Okay? The Lord is the one that did that. Took a man out of the cave and turned him into a mad scientist, man. You see? Man, that's the same thing, for us, man. The Lord took us from being on high, man, and brought us down low. All right, because it's the Lord that directed our steps, man. Okay, so knowing that, man, we should be understanding there's no free will, man. Okay? And that's why it says this in the same Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse Salakia, Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39, man. Let's get it. It says, see now that even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. You see, hey, so hey, man, you don't know if you're gonna wake up to the next day, man. You see, the Lord just might kill you, man. Okay, He said, I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal, man. So hey, that's, you know, going into an incident that I had some years ago, man, trying to go meet a female, and I fucked around and, you know, slipped down and fell down the stairs, and I tore my knee, man. I tore my knee up where I had to get surgery, man. You see? But hey, who did that, man? Okay, I had to lay there in a hospital bed, and I had to realize, hey, the Lord said that I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. So it was the Lord that wounded me. All right? And it was also the Lord that healed me, not the doctor. It was the Lord, man. All right? He said, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand, because the power, a life and death is in the hands of the Lord. You see? Okay, so no matter what you might think or what you might feel, hey, the Lord might have other plans for you, man. All right? Just like he did with the Pharaoh. Okay? He hardened the Pharaoh's heart, meaning his mind. All right? So the Lord is in control, man. Ain't no free will, man. Ain't none of that shit, man. That's why it says this in the book of Luke. Luke, chapter 12. Yeah, Con. Luke chapter 12, I started at 16. It says, and he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruits? And he said this, it will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But the Most High said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? You see? So it says, so he that laid up treasure for himself and is not rich toward the Most High, man. So, hey, man, this man thought that he had time to basically, you know, do what he thought that he could accomplish in his mind. Hey, but the Lord, the Lord required his soul that night, man. All right, so where we go or what we do is not decided by us, man. It's decided by the Lord. Shalom.